After Randy Orton confronted Triple H, he made an appearance on this week's SmackDown edition of WWE. Even Triple H was hesitant to accede to the Viper's request for a bout at Crown Jewel versus Kevin Owens after the latter made his intentions clear. The bout will take place next Saturday in Saudi Arabia after a heated back and forth between the WWE Chief Creative Officer and Orton, who had already received negative feedback from the game and Nick Aldis. According to Aldis, Orton went above and above the call of duty the week before since he had been warned by WWE administration not to let the match go forward. What good is a general manager if Aldis can't decide what happens to SmackDown's best stars? In particular, Triple H is now clearly visible backstage and may be summoned at any moment, according to WWE. With all the attention on the bloodline and the group's inability to maintain their own brand, Aldis has been feeling the heat recently. Might this be the breaking point? In order to discover what occurs next, viewers will need to maintain their attention. Since assuming the role a year ago, Aldis has been an incredible asset to SmackDown as general manager. The job is usually short-lived, so maybe he should break out of his mask and give WWE a go before it's too late. Since WWE has signed several WWE greats to new contracts this year, there are a lot of names who might step in if Aldis chooses to go. The World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE, is known for its unpredictable nature, and fans are going wild over new rumors that a key WWE star may be leaving SmackDown after being humiliated by Triple H. Even more so now that he is head of creative. Triple H, a figure synonymous with power maneuvers and mind games, has been an integral component of WWE's backstage and in-ring drama. With this more power comes more responsibility, and he has been shaping the brand by elevating up-and-coming talent and making long-standing celebrities rethink their place. One SmackDown star, who is supposedly unhappy with the way things are developing, has seen the stakes rise as a result of this change. How they respond will determine the fate of WWE's blue brand. Will they bolt or exact revenge? We take a close look at the possible star, the factors that may be influencing their choice, and the deviations that might rock the WWE universe. Who might be the WWE star thinking about leaving the company? Although SmackDown has a number of prominent characters, a few stand out as possible challengers who may feel overlooked in light of recent developments. Triple H's decisions on the push or screen time of superstars like AJ Styles, Bobby Lashley, or even the newly very popular LA Knight might make them feel devalued. But according to the rumors, LA Knight is the strongest contender. Fans have flocked to LA Knight since his sudden ascent to fame earlier this year. The actor consistently receives ovations from audiences and has been likened to The Rock in terms of charm. Although he is quite famous, fans and insiders have noted that WWE hasn't given him the major event chances that other, more established stars get, even though he is popular. The fact that Triple H is showing greater interest in promoting select new talents, while attempting to include veterans like Roman Reigns and the Bloodline into the company, can make LA Knight feel unappreciated and frustrated. What if, however, LA Knight decides to shatter SmackDown and change the power dynamic instead of retiring peacefully in response to Triple H's perceived slight? What could be causing the dissatisfaction? Any prominent SmackDown talent, like LA Knight, might feel slighted enough to consider departing for a number of reasons. Despite Knight's tremendous potential, his screen time and involvement in important plotlines have fallen short of his popularity, leading to unfulfilled push promises. Knight and his supporters are annoyed that Triple H is holding him back, maybe due to plot ideas for the future or just waiting for the perfect time. Although LA Knight has competed in high-stakes events, he is often billed as a mid-card athlete. A wrestler who is desperate for the limelight and the chance to wield a championship might become very frustrated if Triple H refuses to put him in the main event. Directionally, Triple H often weaves intricate plots, although this might be at the price of the star's uniqueness. Leaving WWE might be on Knight's radar if he believes Triple H is trying to change him via his creative decisions. Power play behind the scenes. It's common knowledge that WWE politics can be very influential. The situation might escalate if Triple H is involved in a feud with another significant talent, such as LA Knight, behind the scenes. An underappreciated celebrity may think a spectacular departure would be the perfect way to make a statement. Possible swerve. Los Angeles Knight shows deference to Triple H. Could it be that LA Knight chooses to embrace his shadow side and go for Triple H directly instead of going quietly? Stone Cold Steve Austin's revolt against Vince McMahon became one of the most legendary stories in WWE history, demonstrating the success of this sort of plot in the past. This scenario has Triple H assuming the role of a new business figure who attempts to keep down LA Knight, who then rebels fiercely. This perspective might be useful for a number of reasons. It would take advantage of the audience's fondness for anti-establishment wrestlers, give Triple H a direct character role on SmackDown, and offer LA Knight a high-profile plot. Knight may single out Triple H, accuse him of favoritism, and demand an in-ring or proxy confrontation as punishment for every chance lost. The conflict has the potential to propel Knight to main event status if this plot develops, particularly if he continues to earn fan support and delivers caustic promos against Triple H. Considering the long history of fan-favorite superstars and WWE management at odds, Triple H would be an ideal villain for Knight's persona to go off against. Triple H exiles Knight returns to Raw in a new development. Triple H has the power to trade Knight to Raw if he thinks his rebellion is becoming too much for SmackDown to handle. The decision would heighten the plot and pave the way for new feuds on Raw, pitting Knight against superstars like Cody Rhodes or Seth Rollins. But this wouldn't be the last chapter in their feud. Triple H could keep ruining Knight's chances at championships and impeding his advancement on Raw. As his annoyance with Triple H grows, Knight may threaten to quit WWE unless he has an opportunity to face him head-on. In this version of events, an interbrand feud is set in motion, and either SmackDown or a winner-stays match at a big event like WrestleMania gives Knight a crack at the championship. Taking this tack would offer viewers a gradual plot with huge payoffs, highlight Knight, and further establish Triple H as a strong but sometimes dictatorial leader. The Grand Slam. Knight quits to join an opponent's promotion. When faced with Triple H's stifling control, one of the most shocking things WWE could do is have LA Knight quit on screen before briefly reappearing with a rival organization for a storyline that crosses promotions. Recently, WWE has shown greater willingness to acknowledge rival wrestling businesses, which, if managed properly, could generate a lot of excitement. Envision Knight disappearing for a few weeks to promote a competing company where he cuts promos against Triple H's authority. Then he reappears in WWE, prepared to confront his old employer. By using real-life rumors and fan grievances, this angle would provide WWE with a high-stakes plot that highlights reality and uncertainty. The intensity of the animosity between Triple H and Knight would be amplified by this strategy, which would attract attention and revive WWE's edginess. When Knight returns, he can use his newfound outsider status to his advantage and go for WWE's top championships. This will give his character more depth and make him more of a big event. In conclusion, Triple H's undermining of LA Knight, a prominent SmackDown star, would likely cause them to consider leaving the company. Nevertheless, WWE has the creative liberty to transform this internal conflict into a compelling plot that serves the interests of both the character and the audience. The use of Triple H as a strategic villain would allow WWE to take LA Knight or any other disgruntled star to the level of a main event, while also providing fans with an engaging plot that combines fact and fiction. The possibilities for how WWE can use this tension to produce memorable moments are endless. Whether it's a complete heel flip, a brand move, or an exile storyline, the purported animosity between Triple H and LA Knight would undoubtedly provide a memorable twist to the SmackDown brand, leaving fans raving for years to come if it made it onto WWE programming.